Namaskar. Good evening and welcome to IIHM Pune studio where you are going to spend best 3 years of your life. I शेफ समीरा
और मैं सिमरन कौर छाबड़ा आज आप सबको IIHM पुणे के कैंपस का एक वर्चुअल टूर देंगे। पर शेफ समीरा, क्या आपको नहीं लगता ये स्टार्ट करने के पहले हमें हमारे ऑडियंस को ये बताना चाहिए कि हॉस्पिटैलिटी होती क्या है?
Yes, I think that's a great idea. So hospitality basically means when you provide facilities for stay, food and complete related services for the leisure of travelers and visitors.
जिसे हम हमारी भाषा में मेहमान नवाजी कहते हैं, क्योंकि अतिथि देवो भव।
And I think Indians are great in that.
Yes, hospitality हर जगह important होती है। Hotels, resorts, airlines, cruise, corporate malls, हर जगह hospitality काफी जरूरी होती है।
And here at IIHM Pune, we try to inculcate all the necessary traits, qualities, and services to thrive in the industry, required to thrive in the industry.
तो शेफ हम हमारे ऑडियंस को उनके कॉलेज लाइफ के बारे में बताते हैं। आपका जो पहला साल रहेगा उसमें आपको महत्वपूर्ण जो 4 डिपार्टमेंट्स होते हैं हॉस्पिटैलिटी में, जो कि फ्रंट ऑफिस, हाउसकीपिंग, किचन एंड फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस, इसकी बेसिक नॉलेज दी जाएगी। इसके साथ ही साथ इक्वली इंपॉर्टेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स जो होते हैं सब्जेक्ट्स, अकाउंटेंसी, बिजनेस कम्युनिकेशन, फूड एंड न्यूट्रिशन, ये सब भी पढ़ाया जाएगा। आपका जो दूसरा साल होगा वो काफी रोमांचक होगा क्योंकि आप जाओगे आपकी इंटर्नशिप पे। आप जा सकते हो इंडिया या इंडिया के बाहर काफी सुंदर होटल्स में, जहां विभिन्न डिपार्टमेंट्स में काम करने का आपको मौका मिलता है, जिससे आप आपके 3rd ईयर के स्पेशलाइजेशन का डिपार्टमेंट भी चूज कर पाओगे। आज हम आपको लेके जाएंगे पूरे IIHM कैंपस के लिए, जहां पर आपको हम डिफरेंट डिपार्टमेंट्स बताएंगे और आपके मन में आते हुए सवालों का जवाब विस्तार में हमारे हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट्स भी देंगे। तो चलिए ये सफर शुरू करते हैं एक ऐसे इंसान के साथ जिसने अपनी काबिलियत के साथ इस कैंपस को एक ऊंचाई पे लेके गए हैं। हमारे लीडर, हमारे मेंटर, इस कॉलेज के डायरेक्टर मिस्टर रुपिंदर सिंह खुराना। ओवर टू यू सर।
नमस्कार, मेरा नाम रुपिंदर सिंह खुराना है and I welcome you to the IIHM Pune campus. It has been a very long journey for me, almost 27 years I would say, and half of it was spent in the hospitality operations and the other half in the hospitality education sector. So you might be questioning me whether I'm very excited or equally motivated even today to do my work. Yes, I am. Every day, I'm still motivated to get up in the morning and come to work. And I'm sure each one of you who are watching this today will be very eager to know whether I'm getting into the right industry. So the industry that you're talking about is the hospitality industry. And your question right now would be कि क्या ये hospitality industry मेरे लिए सही है कि नहीं? तो मैं आपको ये बता दूं कि hospitality industry in the financial year 2020, जो कि पिछले साल का मैं figures दे रहा हूं, accounted for almost 3.9 crore jobs. You know, count the figures, 3.9 crore jobs in India, and that is, you know, almost 8% of the total employment in the country. 8% total employment in the country, hospitality sector, which is the travel and tourism sector, accounted for. All right. And how is it expected to grow in the next 10 years? Because ultimately, your aim is that you want to get into this industry, और अगले 3 साल में जब आप अपनी एजुकेशन को कंप्लीट कर लेंगे, उसके बाद आपको इंटरेस्ट रहेगा कि क्या ये सेक्टर मेरे लिए सही रहेगा, क्या ये एक्सपैंड करेगा, क्या ये मुझे ग्रोथ की अपॉर्चुनिटीज देगा। सो आप ये समझ लो कि अगले 10 सालों में ये सेक्टर ग्रो करके it will be giving employment to almost 9.2% of the total employment that is available in the country. And it will be giving you equivalent worth of almost 35 lakh crores. All right, so that's a big figure. And that's the kind of expansion which we are looking at in this particular sector. And I'm talking about expansion post-pandemic. We know that we are going through very difficult times, and that has been for all the industries which we are talking about. So it has just not, affected the hospitality industry. Pandemic ने हम सबको affect किया है, all right? And coming out of pandemic is something that we are all looking for. And hospitality sector, the travel and tourism sector is going to be growing by leaps and bounds. And next 10 years, you will see this growth and you will be a part of that particular growth. So now your question would be that, if I am to choose hospitality, how do I choose the right college? The right college is very difficult to find. But then for all of you today, we're going to make it easy because we have lined up a lot of information where you will learn about not only about IIHM Pune. Along the way, we will be having our mentors talking to you, explaining to you about what hospitality offers. Because hospitality is not just about hotels. It is also about airlines, restaurants, cruise lines, retail sector. Talk about it, tourism sector. There's absolutely wide areas in front of you. And you can be a part of that. So today, my team who has joined me are going to be explaining to you about what are the opportunities available to you in the hospitality sector. And I'm sure by the end of this, all your confusion would have gone away and you would have gone away much wiser and much more eager to join the hospitality sector. So hospitality management is not just about doing hospitality, it's also about learning a lot of managerial skills. And managerial skills without the knowledge of how to make money is next to nothing, isn't it? आप एक बिजनेस में ज्वाइन कर रहे हो, कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में ज्वाइन करोगे, अनलेस उस ऑर्गेनाइजेशन के लिए आप उनके लिए आप पैसे बनाओ, वो आपको क्यों एम्प्लॉय करेंगे? So it is important for our students who join us at IIHM Pune and for all other IIHMs across India, it is important for them to learn about the business of hospitality. And that is what we are going to be teaching you in the IIHMs across India. Because we want you to learn how to sell a product. And that product could be as small as something that you have made in the kitchen, or it could be as big as if you're working in a hotel, it could be as big as a room which is being offered to a guest. And you as a student need to know the costs that go into making all these products. And you have to understand how to market this product, how to take it to the right person, how to market this using the latest technology. So today, all of you are aware that most of our decisions are made online. So whenever I think of buying any product, the first thing that I do is go on to Google and I will go and search for that particular product and I'll go and find out what are the costs and I will definitely go and read the reviews. All right. Similarly, in the hospitality industry, when you decide to, make that decision of going for a vacation, for example, शायद आप सोचिए कि आप शिमला जाना चाहते हो और वहां जाके आप अच्छे होटल में रहना चाहते हो, आपका कोई एक बजट है आपके दिमाग में, आप जाओगे गूगल में और सर्च करोगे कि मुझे शिमला के होटल्स के बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन दो, गूगल आपके सामने बहुत सारे इंफॉर्मेशन लाके खड़ा कर देगा और आपको वहां से चूज करना है कि मेरे लिए कौन सा बेहतर ऑप्शन होगा। और ये बेहतर ऑप्शन चूज करने के लिए वहां पे आप वो होटल्स के आप वेबसाइट्स पे जाओगे और वो वेबसाइट्स पे आप वहां पे उन होटलों की फोटोज देखोगे और उनके जो चार्जेस है उसके बारे में पता करोगे और रिव्यूज भी पढ़ोगे कि इस होटल में जो गेस्ट रह चुके हैं उसके बारे में उन्होंने क्या कहा है। और ऐसे करके आप बहुत सारे होटल्स विजिट करोगे घर बैठे बैठे और उनके बारे में इंफॉर्मेशन कलेक्ट करोगे। तो अगर आप एज अ गेस्ट इतना कुछ कर रहे हो ऑनलाइन जाके, हम जो आपको ये ऑफर कर रहे हैं प्रोडक्ट, हमें भी जानना है कि आपको क्या क्या चाहिए। So as a person who's going to be working in the hospitality industry, it is important for you to know how to market your product, where to place it, what are the marketplaces available. And when I say marketplace, आपके लिए ये क्वेश्चन होगा कि मार्केट प्लेस होता क्या है. बिगेस्ट एग्जाम्पल ऑफ अ मार्केट प्लेस इज Amazon, जहाँ पे आपको बहुत वैरायटी ऑफ प्रोडक्ट्स मिलते हैं. तो अगर आपको घड़ी खरीदनी है, घड़ी भी मिल जाएगी. आपको ब्रेड खरीदनी है, ब्रेड भी मिल जाएगी. आपको कोई भी लैपटॉप खरीदना है, वो भी मिल जाएगा. और आप जाके वहां पे कंपेयर कर सकते हो. तो दैट इज लाइक अ मार्केट प्लेस, एंड there are variety of marketplaces available in the hospitality and travel and tourism sector. All right. One very good example of a marketplace is Zomato या फिर Swiggy, जहां से आप खाना ऑर्डर करते हो. So आपको वहां जाना क्यों पसंद है? क्योंकि आप जैसे ही Swiggy या Zomato पे लॉग इन करते हो, आपके सामने बहुत सारे रेस्टोरेंट्स के ऑप्शंस आ जाते हैं और आप अपने पसंदीदा रेस्टोरेंट को चूज करके आपका पसंदीदा खाना भी आप चूज कर सकते हो, और वो कुछ ही मिनटों में आपके घर में, आपके दरवाजे पे आ जाता है. तो ये आपको एज अ स्टूडेंट जानना जरूरी है कि आज की मार्केटिंग कैसे की जाती है और हम कैसे अपने कस्टमर को टारगेट कर सकते हैं. सो ये सब आपको हॉस्पिटैलिटी में पढ़ाया जाएगा जब आप IIHM में ज्वाइन करोगे. और ये होता है बिजनेस ऑफ हॉस्पिटैलिटी, एंड इट इज इम्पोर्टेंट दैट when you join us, we don't just teach you about how to work in the kitchen, how to make something. We also teach you how to market that product, and it is extremely important for any student who gets into hospitality today. And that is what our team is going to be, mentoring you for. And I'm sure each one of you, when you will join us, will understand the difference in the education that IIHM offers you vis-a-vis any other competitor that we have. All right. So on that note, I would like to take you back to the studio to Ms. Samira and Ms. Simran, who are there eagerly waiting to introduce you to the team members and take you through a journey at IIHM. So back to you, Simran and Samira, in the studios.
Well, thank you, sir, for your valuable insights. मैं ये भी बताना चाहती हूँ कि IIHM के इंडिया में 8 कैंपसेस और इंडिया के बाहर 2 कैंपसेस हैं, एक थाईलैंड और एक समरकंद में.
And the campus where we are live from is situated in one of my most favorite, cities, which is Pune, where I chose to study traveling all the way from Iran.
तो शेफ समीरा, हम हमारे ऑडियंस के साथ एयरपोर्ट से कॉलेज तक का रास्ता तय करते हैं.
Let's go. Cities, which is Pune, where
we are
I
in the
chose to
serene
study
city of
traveling
Pune,
all the
and
way
this
from
is the
Iran.
humble Pune
तो शेफ
airport.
समीरा, हम हमारे ऑडियंस
This
के साथ
road
एयरपोर्ट से
leads
कॉलेज
us
तक का
to
रास्ता
the
तय करते हैं.
IIHM
Let's
Pune
go.
campus. The
Cities,
distance from
which
the
is
airport
Pune,
to the college
where I
is
chose
about
to study
2.6
traveling all the way
kilometers,
from
and
Iran.
on the way
Chef
we see
Samira,
properties
हमारे
like
audience
Hyatt
के साथ
Regency
airport
leads
से
us
कॉलेज
to
तक
the
Pune,
IIHM Pune
and
campus. The
cities,
distance from
which
the
is
airport
Pune,
to the college
where
is
I
also
chose to
an
study
IT hub. And the students can also like relax at the Hyatt Markets in Pune, which is the biggest mall in Pune. To the college is also an IT hub. Following all the COVID protocol guidelines, let us now relax at IIHM Pune campus, which is the biggest mall. This is the entrance to the college reception hub. Following all the COVID protocol, and now we are entering the reception, which is also known as the Smart Lounge. The reception area is also sometimes used for counseling students, and now we are seeing all the reception in this area. Also, the Smart Lounge. The reception area
For a great hospitality career, call 90310.
for counseling students.
Need to unmute.
How their best 3 years of their life is going to look like at IIHM.
हाँ जी, तो शुरू करते हैं हम हमारा IIHM कैंपस टूर का सफर. चलते हैं सबसे पहले महत्वपूर्ण डिपार्टमेंट जो कि है culinary या फूड प्रोडक्शन.
Simran, let me grab this opportunity from you because I'm very excited to introduce one of my most favorite department, which is of course my department also, which is the culinary art food production department. So usually whoever wants to become a chef, they opt for hotel management course, just the way I did, since I wanted to become a chef right from childhood. So in culinary art department and in food production department, we have two sub-departments, which is hot kitchen and bakery. But first, I would like to take you to our hot kitchen department, where Chef Joel is waiting to give us some more information and insight about it. Chef Joel, very good evening to you.
Good evening, Chef Samira. Am I audible? Clear enough?
Yes, you are absolutely
you,
loud and audible. So, Chef, I can see you that you are standing in hot kitchen, and I'm sure all our audience must be so excited to have a tour of our kitchen, and they want to see how a hot kitchen looks at IIHM Pune. So, can you just show us around and take us for a tour in your hot kitchen?
Okay. I'm actually sitting in the hot kitchen, and if you see behind me, I'll just show you from here. So this, if you see, this kitchen has been exactly designed how we have in the commercial, 5-star property or a 4-star property or a resort. So all the equipments which you find here, the same equipments you will find here in all the hotels. Okay. So coming up to, yes, Chef Samira.
Yes, Chef. So that was a lovely tour. Thank you so much. Chef, could you please explain to our audience how their 3 years is going to be in hot kitchen and what things are they going to learn? If you could just elaborate on that.
Okay, definitely. So first of all, a warm welcome to all of you. I'm Chef Joel, and I have been in this industry for the past 19 years now, and in the teaching line for around 10 years. So almost half an hour. So coming up to the journey of IIHM and these 3 years. So in the first year, we cover mostly all the basics about food production, right from cutting of vegetables, cuts of meats, different types of sauces. Food production department basically concentrates more on the French cuisine. Okay, so all the culinary terms and the theory covers French cuisine. So everything, all the basics, right from the hierarchy of a chef, right from the executive chef to a commis. Okay, all the basics we cover in these 3 years. So basically, we are 7 chefs, 2 from the bakery, the most cute lady chefs we have, including Chef Samira, and the 5 chefs from the hot kitchen. So all the chefs are very well experienced in their particular field. Okay, and so the first year, as I said, it's covering all the basics, theory as well as practical. You would be having 2 practicals in 1 week. Coming to the second year, first of all, for first 6 months, you will be going for an internship in a 5-star or a 4-star property. Okay, where you will be working in different departments of the kitchen. You can actually explore the different departments and find your interest. And in the rest 6 months, we shall be covering your regional Indian cuisine. Okay, the different states of India, for example, North Indian, South Indian, Maharashtrian cuisine, Gujarati cuisine. So all this will be covered in year 2. Coming to year 3, if you select food production as your specialization, so you can explore either the hot kitchen or the bakery, and along with it, we shall be teaching you the international cuisine, right from Lebanese, Italian, Spanish, Chinese, okay, all of those, French cuisine. Yes.
And also, to just add on, Chef Joel, if you agree with me, and I'm sure you do, we have a lot of events which happens at IIHM, and I think IIHM is famous for that. Unfortunately, now because of the pandemic, we are not, able to have any. Anyway, so moving forward, Chef, I think this question would be a common question of, which is going on in mind of all our audience, which are, who are now watching us live. So if you could just throw some light, and if you could just explain to our audience, what is the scope in this? So if somebody wants to, take this further and take cooking as their specialization, what would be the scope in the market? Over to you.
Okay. So coming to the scope as a chef, when I passed my college, this was somewhere in the year 2002. We had a clear idea that after passing the college, we are going to work in a 5-star property in the kitchen, and basically we are going to learn cooking. okay, which obviously is taught in the college, but then working along with the chefs from the hotel. But now, if I say the job of a chef is not only limited to cooking, it's, if I can say, more of a chef and an entrepreneur. Okay, because 50% of the job is cooking, but 50% there are lot of things more to explore, like sir said, especially the marketing yourself, marketing your product, okay, looking around the competition, okay, creating a wow factor with your food. So very important to be what the world has been changing, especially with the culinary field. And as far as jobs are concerned, sky is the limit. You can keep on exploring yourself, okay, right from working in a five-star hotel to working in QSR, that is quick service restaurants, cloud kitchens, fast food services, okay, resorts, then retail, as I said, retail outlets. Okay, there's a different kind of job. If you're even good in writing, then you can try on your hands on blogging and food critics. There's one more important field I can say, which is research and development, which many of the chefs have not tried on the hands-on. Okay, I can give you a couple of companies like Hindustan Lever, Nestle, who actually hire chefs for doing research and development, product development, which is also very much in demand nowadays. So if I just wind up, there is tremendous scope of you being a chef.
Thank you
Over
so
to you,
much, Chef Joel. Thank you so much, Chef Joel, for the valuable insight. I think as a chef, I will 110% and totally I agree with you. And as you said, sky is the limit. I'm getting lovely smell of the baked goodies and cookies. Simran, aren't you getting that?
हाँ जी शेफ, ये लगता है आपकी बेकरी से ही आ रही है.
Yes, exactly. And now let's head to the bakery and see what's baking and who's waiting for us there. Chef Shobha, very good evening to you. We are getting such lovely aroma over here, and we are just, wondering what's baking, and you didn't wait for me.
No worries, I've just baked some cookies and I've already sent some cookies for you. I hope you
Oh, yes, I can see that they are trying to give me the cookies. No wonder I was getting this smell. Thank you so much. So, Chef Shobha, can you just take our audience around and just, we can have a tour of your bakery and see, and our audience also, of course, can see that how the bakery looks like at IIHM Pune. So, if you could just show around.
Yes. Sure. So this is our bakery of IIHM Pune, where we have all the latest equipment for the generally used in the commercial kitchen, commercial bakery. So we have a planetary mixer out here. We have 2 decks oven. We have all the small equipments, right from the pastry brush to the largest equipment. If you can see that, we have a dough sheeter machine, which ideally you don't find it in any colleges. But here, yes, we give student training of industrial packaging right from first.
Wow, so lovely. So, Chef, could you please elaborate and tell our student how the 3 years, at IIHM is going to be, of course, for bakery practicals, if you want to just throw some light on it.
So, first year is more on basic baking, like it's all about the breads, cookies, pastries, right from the basic. Second and third year is more advanced, and it is just like to have a specialization course. In third year, you can decide whether you have to go for hot kitchen or baking. So the practical goes as first year, they will be around 10 to 15 students to come to this kitchen. One-on-one, they practice everything right from the scratch, right from weighing the ingredients to the baking. So each detail is being taught to them right from first.
Exactly. So, Chef Shobha, I'm sure you agree with me that our students, they really enjoy when we, make cakes and we have to design cake during the events, and that is really enjoyable for them. So, Chef Shobha, second question for you. If you could just tell our audience what the scope is going to be if somebody wants to, take this further and pick up baking and, bakery and baking as a specialization. So, what they can become actually?
There is a lot of opportunities right in bakery. Right from making, becoming a cake artist, or you can become a croissant artist. More specialization courses are there, like cake engineering can be done. There are more creativity can be shown. Here you can see there are sourdough preparation. So even a self-entrepreneur, he can start his own business, having his own cloud kitchen. So there are a lot of opportunities.
I think I totally agree, and thank you so much for the valuable insight, and of course for this lovely cookies which you sent it for us. We make sure that we finish all this right after the session gets over.
तो शेफ काफी खाना बन चुका है. Don't you think we need a cup of coffee?
Absolutely, I need, especially when I see these cookies over here.
तो अब हम जाते हैं हमारे अगले डिपार्टमेंट की ओर, कैस्क एंड बैरल में, जहां हमारे फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस के हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट मिस्टर कुणाल मेत्रे हमारा इंतजार कर रहे हैं. गुड इवनिंग सर.
नमस्कार, गुड इवनिंग. मेरा नाम है कुणाल मेत्रे और आज मैं आपको फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट के बारे में और ज्यादा जानकारी दूंगा. आपका स्वागत है IIHM पुणे में.
हाँ जी. सो फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस एक काफी महत्वपूर्ण डिपार्टमेंट होता है हॉस्पिटैलिटी इंडस्ट्री में. तो इस सेक्टर में क्या क्या स्कोप है हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए?
तो अगर कोई स्टूडेंट फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस में स्पेशलाइजेशन लेता है और फॉर्मल ट्रेनिंग लेता है, काफी सारे जॉब अपॉर्चुनिटीज उनके लिए खुल जाते हैं. सबसे पहले मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि कोई भी रेस्टोरेंट हो, इट कुड बी अ स्टैंडअलोन रेस्टोरेंट और इट कुड बी अ रेस्टोरेंट विद इन अ 5-star होटल, there is definitely a very good opportunity to become a good restaurant manager, which is considered as the top position in the department. So a student can get the formal education, train in this particular department, and then look forward to becoming a restaurant manager or the head of the department for that particular food and beverage service department. इसके अलावा मैं definitely बताना चाहूंगा कि sommelier, जो कि काफी interesting job opportunities होता है वाइन इंडस्ट्री में, तो उसके लिए भी हम ट्रेनिंग देते हैं. उसके लिए जो बेसिक ट्रेनिंग होता है, वाइन कौन सी होती है, किस किस तरह की वाइन्स होती है, कौन से देशों से कौन सी वाइन्स फेमस है, इसका फॉर्मल एजुकेशन हम डेफिनेटली यहाँ पे देते हैं, जिसको लेके आगे चल के कोई भी स्टूडेंट एक वाइन सोमेलियर भी बन सकता है. इसी के साथ मैं बताना चाहूंगा कि टी एंड कॉफी इंडस्ट्री, जो कि काफी पॉपुलर हो रही है आजकल, तो आप एक टी सोमेलियर के तौर पे भी काम कर सकते हैं, जहाँ पे बड़े बड़े ब्रांड्स होते हैं, जहाँ पे आपको जाके उन ब्रांड्स के लिए टी टेस्टिंग करना पड़ता है. या फिर आप कॉफी, अगर कॉफी इंडस्ट्री देखें तो कॉफी इंडस्ट्री में भी डेवलपमेंट्स हुए हैं, जिसको लेके अभी थर्ड वेव जो आ रही है, उसमें आप कॉफी क्यू ग्रेडर्स करके एक पोजीशन जो होती है, उसमें भी एक स्टूडेंट अपना करियर बना सकता है. इसके अलावा मैं और इसमें बताना चाहूंगा कि फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस डिपार्टमेंट में a student can work on the cruise liners. So if a student gets a specialization in food and beverage service, he can work on a ship and move from one country to the other, because when the ship moves along with its guests from one port to the other, the student can go along with the ship and work on that ship in a bar or in any outlet of food and beverage service department. So there is a huge opportunity for a student from food and beverage service department if he gets the training.
Wow, there is a sea of options हमारे स्टूडेंट्स के लिए चूज करने के लिए. और ये जानना चाहते हैं कि फूड एंड बेवरेज सर्विस में IIHM कैंपस में हमारे स्टूडेंट्स F&B में क्या-क्या सीखेंगे?
Thank you very much for asking me that question. Very interesting question, in fact. So in the first years, we start with the very basics of dining etiquette. So student can learn about how a table is laid out, what exactly personalized service is, how you can enhance the whole guest experience of people who are dining in the restaurant. So chef can cook a very beautiful, nice looking dish, very nice tasting dish, but there is a way to serve it as well. You can't just get the plate and dump it on the table. So how gracefully you can do it, that training is being provided in the first year. Along with that, you have basics of non-alcoholic beverages. So the technical knowledge related to tea, coffee, soft beverages, juices, etc. is being provided. And as you move ahead, then you have more formal wines and spirits. Spirits में उसकी जो technical knowledge होती है, उसको कैसे बनाया जाता है, उसका education मिलता है. And the third year is more focused on the event management and the managerial aspect of it. So students get a chance to organize a food festival, which is a mega event for IIHM, where almost 1,000 plus guests can come in. These guests are basically parents of the students, and in and around, if there are a lot of 5-star hotels around, so उसके जो general managers होते हैं, executive chefs होते हैं, food and beverage managers होते हैं, वो खुद आके students का performance देखते हैं, क्योंकि ये पूरा event student organize करते हैं, उनके तौर पे हम वहाँ पे उनको guide करने के लिए होते हैं, पर पूरी जिम्मेदारी students लेते हैं इस बड़े event को organize करने के लिए. So students also get to learn about event management when they go into the third year. So this is what, in a nutshell, food and beverage service department would cover in the 3 years of IIHM.
Well, thank you उसके लिए सर, काफी इंफॉर्मेशन हमें मिल चुकी है. तो शेफ समीरा, मैं आपसे जानना चाहती हूँ, आपको घर पर पिलो कवर चेंज करने में कितना टाइम लगता है?
Usually it takes me around 1 minute, 1.5 minutes.
Do you know, hotels में ये सब 15 seconds में कर लेते हैं.
Wow, that's really fast.
Yes, that's the art of accommodations department. जो होटल का एस्थेटिक अपकीप देखता है, फ्रॉम फ्लावर अरेंजमेंट टू बेड मेकिंग टू सब कुछ. सो इससे हम चलते हैं नेक्स्ट डिपार्टमेंट की ओर, जहां अकोमोडेशंस डिपार्टमेंट की हेड ऑफ डिपार्टमेंट मिसेस अर्पिता अनवेकर हमारा इंतजार कर रहे हैं. गुड इवनिंग मैम.
वेरी गुड इवनिंग सिमरन एंड वेरी गुड इवनिंग शेफ समीरा.
हाँ जी, सो हमारे ऑडियंस ये जानना चाहते हैं कि हाउसकीपिंग डिपार्टमेंट क्या है और इस सेक्टर में क्या क्या करियर अपॉर्चुनिटीज होती है.
ओके, थैंक यू सो मच फॉर द क्वेश्चन. So, you know what, housekeeping department is said to be the backbone and nerves of any hotel. Like a backbone stables your body and nerves help the body function smoothly. Housekeeping just works in the same manner. Yes, housekeeping is responsible for the aesthetic upkeep and maintenance of the hotel, but it is also responsible for, creating that first and long-lasting impression on the guest. So yes, now housekeeping is not just limited to hotels, but we have entered into various other sectors. You can have a good career in housekeeping if you enter into, health sector, aviation, cruise liners, facility management. You can also be a part of, a event management team, and also as a consultant, you can be with an interior designing firm. So yes, there are a lot in the industry, and काफी सारी सब कॉन्शियस हो गए हैं हेल्थ एंड हाइजीन को लेके. तो हॉटेल्स में ऐसी काफी सारी चीजें हैं जो हम चेंज कर रहे हैं. तो हम अपने आप को इससे करते हैं. So here at IIHM Pune, we have a lot of speakers that come in from the industry and educate our students. Apart from that, going to the hotels and understand from them what are the new norms and new practices that they are adapting. And then in college, we educate the students all.
Okay, so thank you so much, Arpita ma'am, for the insight. And okay, so Simran, whenever we go to any hotel, the first thing we get is the greeting from the staff to the reservation and so on. So that is called the face of hospitality, which is taken care by the front office department. So now let's head to front office lab, where Mr. Jishnu Malik, who's the assistant head of the department, is waiting for us to give us some more insight.
Good evening, Mr. Jishnu.
Good evening.
Well, हमारे ऑडियंस जानना चाहते हैं कि हॉस्पिटैलिटी में सक्सेसफुल होने के लिए हम हमारे स्टूडेंट्स को किस तरह से ग्रूम करते हैं.
Thank you for the question. We at IIHM groom our students to become dynamic professionals in the service industry. We, first of all, focus and emphasize on impeccable grooming, which helps them make a great first impression in front of guests. Secondly, we also look at 4 golden rules or 4 attributes, which if inculcated by our students, they will be doing wonders to them when they are in the hotels, in the industry, etc. So we look at sensitivity, where they are able to empathize with guests and put themselves into guest shoes. 2, we look at common sense, where they are able to be innovative, intuitive, and they're able to think on their feet. It's good to follow the system, but if you're able to jiggle around the system to make that guest smile and exceed their expectation, it will work wonders for them. Third, we talk about a very important attribute called accountability, where they take ownership for their actions. We actually help them inculcate the fact that they take ownership for their hotel, they take ownership for their department, and they take ownership for the brand that they represent. Fourth, and the most important attribute that we like luggage is which is going to be knowledge. Knowledge without which the first three attributes don't really make any sense. People have to be aware of what is happening around them. People need to have sound technical knowledge, without which they cannot exude their confidence. They will not be confident once they're on the job. So it is really important that they are aware and they know every single policy procedure in place. So this is how we like to do our students to become great and dynamic professionals in the industry.
Okay. So हमारी ऑडियंस ये भी जानना चाहते हैं कि हम IIHM पुणे में कौन सा प्रॉपर्टी मैनेजमेंट सिस्टम यूज करते हैं और ये बच्चों को कैसे काम आएगा?
Thank you for another great question. At IIHM, we groom and we train our students with Opera, which is arguably one of the most popularly used property management systems. ये एक बहुत ही user-friendly system है, and it is used by the most popular 5-star hotels in India and all around the world. यहाँ पे everything is available at the touch of a button, starting from reservations to front desk जहाँ पे check-ins, check-outs सब कुछ होते हैं, cashiering जहाँ पे billing, and फिर उसके बाद foreign exchange is also done. So a lot of things are done at the touch of a button. We also can generate very comprehensive and very, very informative reports, which help our students understand what the real world hotel industry is, and they will be well groomed and they will have minimum teething issues once they get to the shop floor and the hotels. So this is what we do, groom them with the best property management system that exists in the market.
Well, thank you so much, Jishnu sir, for the lovely insight and to let us know how we make our students future ready. So Simran, as we saw just a few moments back, management plays a very important role in everywhere and in every aspect of the hospitality. So on that note, I would like to take all of you to Miss Sudeshna Roy, who is the program leader of University of West London and head of the Department for Business Communication and Management. Very good evening to you, Sudeshna ma'am.
Good evening, Chef Samira.
So Sudeshna ma'am, we have already seen and we have explained to all our audience, about all the aspects of the hotel management and the hospitality industry. So could you please just throw some light and just elaborate on the management part of the curriculums?
Sure. Thank you so much for that question. As all of you, when you all got exposed to the various departments, which are the operational departments, and I'm sure with my colleagues, when they spoke about here, what we are talking today is about hospitality management, which is not just confined to hotels, but it has a huge arena of perspectives for you to join the industry, which is widespread across aviation industry, cruise industries, independent restaurants, FMCGs, and for that matter, any kind of service industry. So during this 3 years of course that you do, apart from the 4 operational subjects, which you had heard from the Pune studio from Simran ma'am, which are front office, housekeeping, food and beverage service, and food production. And you all just had a beautiful tour of the practical labs shortly. During these 3 years, apart from these operational subjects, you have a lot of management subjects which enable you to be globally ready as professionals to be absorbed in the industry. It depends, because some of these students would like to take up entrepreneurship in the near future. Maybe some of them would like to go for higher studies, or maybe some of you would want to work domestically as well as internationally. So the reason why you study these operational subjects, as we heard from our colleagues, that it is very important to know the art and the business of hospitality. So we teach you subjects like sales and marketing, to understand the marketing of your product, because no matter whichever industry that you are in, you're representing your brand, and it is very crucial for you to understand the dynamics of your product and to be able to project your product to the customers so that they get attracted to it. Whichever place that you are working, this is an industry which is all about working in a team. So it's very important that one understands human relations or human resource management. So that's another subject which we teach. So during your first, second, and third years, you have subjects like human resource management, you have sales and marketing, and when you are in hotels or for that matter, whichever organization, you tend to understand the various reports which are generated, and it's crucial for you to understand accounts, financial management, law, and to be industry ready. Keeping in mind the current situation, we also have incorporated digital marketing and hospitality management as subjects so that you are able to adapt to social media, which is the in thing. Not to forget communication, which is a very important aspect of our industry, grooming etiquettes and the way that you speak, your voice, pitch, tone, and your body language plays a very important role. So that's something we also teach you. During your third, it is expected that as per your curriculum, when you're completing your first year, your knowledge is at par with an associate of an hotel. When you are in year 2, your knowledge is at par to a supervisor of the industry. And when you come to the third year, you're expected to behave like a manager, because that's the area where you adapt to the managerial skills which are imparted through various subjects that we teach you, like global marketing, strategic management. So this basically enables and sharpens your skills like logical reasoning and critical thinking. So over to you, Samira ma'am and Simran ma'am, to reiterate once again, operations subject with a blend of management subjects creates an industry-ready professional to be able to adapt themselves to any aspect of the hospitality industry. Thank you so much for the opportunity.
Well, that's very true. Thank you so much for the insights, Sudeshna ma'am. तो शेफ समीरा, अब हम चलते हैं अगले डिपार्टमेंट की, और जो बहुत इंटरेस्टिंग है क्योंकि वो इंटर्नशिप और ट्रेनिंग.
Exactly. So let's take our audience to the training and placement departments where Mr. Yogesh Mane, who is the regional manager West, is waiting for us to give us some more insight. Very good evening to you, sir.
Thank you so much, Chef Samira and Simran. And finally, the department where students wait the most. कहना चाहूंगा कि स्टूडेंट्स अगर किसी भी इंस्टीट्यूट में अगर एडमिशन लेते हैं तो जस्ट एक चीज सोच के लेते हैं कि उनको जॉब कहाँ पे मिलेगा, उनका करियर कहाँ पे जाएगा, वो किस डेस्टिनेशन पे पहुंचेंगे फाइनली ग्रेजुएशन के बाद, एंड देन how they are going to reach over there. So finally, why they join any of the courses is to decide their destination or find their own destiny, I would say. So yes.
So I was just about to, ask you that question. So thank you so much for throwing some more light on that. So I just wanted to tell you that, 6 months of the internship is the most awaiting and I would say very exciting part or period of, any hotel management course, which students usually they experience it in their second year of their studies. So could you please just, explain to our audience how it is going to be like? And I'm sure because they must be having so many questions. And as I said, that is the most exciting period of their studies.
Yes. Absolutely agreed. I would say exciting plus you can say glamorous, plus they can they can enjoy the luxurious life in the industry while they are on training. So just to put some light about internship. So once you join the course, this course is divided into 3 years, and the first year is all about your basic theory, practicals, learning all the technical skills. And then once you complete your first year, you step into second year. That's when your training comes into play into SEM 3 and SEM 4. Okay. So once that comes, you are divided, your batch has been divided into summer batch and winter batch. That's how we process internships. Okay. So usually you can complete your internship within 5 months or 6 months. Okay. Why? I'll explain that. So now when we say we divide into summer batch and winter batch, so half of the batch goes for summer internship, which starts from June to November, and the winter batch goes from November to April, May. Okay. So, and why I said 5 months and 6 months, because once you decide to do your internship in second year, so you can do it from either from India, which is domestic internship, or you can fly abroad. Now abroad, okay. So seeing this word, I guess students will definitely would want to take admission into hospitality industry, because it is the I guess hospitality industry is the easiest way to fly out of the country, I guess, to fly to any of the destinations in the world. If you are a hospitality graduate, you are in demand, I would say. Okay. So when, yes. So when you decide that, so in India, you get an opportunity to complete your internship for 5 or 5.5 months. Okay. But when you decide to go abroad for your internship, the internship becomes for 6 months. Okay. So you will have to do your 6 months of internships. So because you only get a visa or validity to stay in that country for 6 months. Okay. So, and we take you through the journey of everything for developing you professionally, then preparing you all for interviews, because even if you're going for an internship, you will have to go through interviews. Okay. So you will have to be professionally prepared, because you are almost completed your first year. Definitely, if you completed your first year, you know some basics and technical knowledge. So that's what they check once when they hire you for internship. Definitely, you will have to attend for interviews, and if you get selected, definitely, and you can go and work from any of the hotels in India, any of the luxury hotels in India, or you can travel abroad. Now, there is also a difference. You can just note or consider it that in India, you get trained in all the 4 departments. So चारों department में जैसे आप सबने अलग-अलग departments अभी देख लिए हैं कि housekeeping you have seen, front office देख लिया है, then F&B service देख लिया है. Okay, so you get to train in all the 4 departments in India, plus additionally जैसे सुदेश मैम बता रही थी communication और ये सब relate अगर आप करोगे management, then you also get an opportunity, added advantage in India, that you will be trained in HR department or training department. Okay. And but once you decide to go abroad, you're mostly been trained into only 1 or 2 departments. Okay. So that is a difference when you decide, but both the opportunities are well good, and you can explore it once you step into second year.
Absolutely, sir. That was quite a lot of information you have given to our audience, and I'm sure it must have cleared so many of their doubts. And Yogesh sir, I'm sure you will agree with me that we too really enjoyed, our internship to the moon and back, I would say.
Yes. Just to
So-
tell you also, just an example for internship, our students, when last year got an opportunity wherein they were part of Priyanka Chopra and Nick Jonas wedding at Umaid Palace, Jodhpur. So this is kind of luxurious, I would say. You can be a part of huge weddings, grand weddings, or you'd be able to meet celebrities as well. Recently, during the COVID times, last year, our students in Conrad were a part of England and India cricket team. So they met all the cricketers. So this is, you never know where your destiny will take you. So it's absolutely glamorous, I would say.
Yes, absolutely. A lot of excitement is involved, and of course, a lot of learning at the same time. So, Yogesh sir, my second question to you would be, as a hospitality graduate, what all benefits and, growth they will witness when they go in the industry? So, if you can just throw some light on that.
Do you mean placements?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. So that's the major part, I would say, of your career, of their career, actually. So once they complete their internship in second year, they move into third year, and then that's when the major role of us, the training and placement department, and the faculties come into play, who groom them. So right, once you step into third year at IIHM Pune, we start developing you professionally. When I say developing you professionally, we start conducting PDP sessions, the personality development sessions. So we have a separate special cell where they take care of you and develop you professionally, right from your grooming, how you should dress during your interviews, how you should talk. Okay, everything, even the questionnaires. जहां पे भी लास्ट कई सालों से जो कैंपस प्लेसमेंट चल रहे हैं, कौन कौन से क्वेश्चंस पूछे जाते हैं, ये सब हमने एक huge booklet बना के रखी है. तो we hand that booklet to them once they step into third year, so that they are well prepared. Okay, so everything is been taught, and group discussions कैसे how to sit and answer during the group discussions, psychometric tests कैसे देने हैं, सब everything is been taught during this personality development sessions. So one-on-one interviews, mock interviews होते हैं, industry से experts बुलाते हैं हम कभी-कभी mock interviews के लिए, so that their fear is gone of attending the interviews. So ये सब चीजें हम करते हैं when they step into third year, and then the placement starts. So when I say placement starts, I would say my personal opinion, the word or tagline which I give is that hospitality industry is land of opportunities, I would say. Because why land of opportunities? If you are a hospitality graduate, you not only stick to hotel industry, but the opportunities are wide in the market. So if you're a hospitality graduate, आप hotels में काम कर सकते हैं, आप aviation में काम कर सकते हैं, cruise liners में काम कर सकते हैं, QSR outlets में काम कर सकते हैं, retail brands, fashion outlets में काम कर सकते हैं, यहाँ तक hospitals में भी आप काम कर सकते हैं, और IT firms में भी काम कर सकते हैं. When I say hospitals, कैसे आप बोलोगे हॉस्पिटल्स में कैसे हम हॉस्पिटैलिटी ग्रेजुएट काम कर सकते हैं? Why? Because even hospital has to maintain hygiene, hospital has housekeeping department, so even the hospitality graduates are being hired by hospitals. For example, one of our alumni, past alumni, is a general manager of Apollo Hospitals Thane. So you never know where you will reach. Okay, so coming to also जब क्वेश्चन अभी ये भी आता है कि अगर जॉब मिलेगा तो सैलरी क्या होगी, तो just to put an light on that, once you are a graduate and you are a fresher, so starting salary, right, I'm telling about the lowest salary. You start with maybe 2 lakh per annum to 3.5 lakhs per annum. So it grows for freshers, I'm saying. And once you are in the industry and you start experiencing things, you gain experience. If you're passionate, it can grow your salary from 2 lakhs when you start as a fresher to 15-20 lakhs per annum. So when I'm telling, when you will reach a certain destination with some of experience, like आप जब जनरल मैनेजर बन जाओगे, एग्जीक्यूटिव शेफ बन जाओगे, F&B डायरेक्टर बन जाओगे, so when you become you have that tag name behind you, that salary will also you will be earning in lakhs. Okay, so it is there. Even aviation industry आप ले लो, 2 lakh per annum से 3.5 lakhs per annum salary मिलती है, but it also depends upon cabin crew. अगर आप बनते हो तो it also depends upon your flying hours. cabin crew की एक basic salary रहती है, वो उसको महीने में मिलती है, but वो extra कब earn करता है when he or she flies in the plane. Okay, तो flying hours पे उनकी salary depend होती है, and that can also be earned, and the salary can reach to 8 to 10 lakhs per annum for them also. Cruise liners, I would just like to say that cruise liners पे job करने के लिए हालांकि 1 से 2 साल का experience लगता है, but last year we had 2 of our students who got selected, wherein cruise liner Royal Caribbean cruise liner ने 2 students को hire किया, उनको 6 महीने train किया. They were freshers, they trained them and they hired them and they put on board. Okay, so ये ऐसे opportunities आएंगी, so you will have to be ready. So we are here, and hospitality graduate student can work anywhere in the country. Okay, it's your stamp on your passport that you're a hospitality graduate and you are in a demand.
I think I totally agree with you, and thank you so very much for all those valuable insight and information which you have given us. And with that, I would really like to thank all the departments who for their cooperation today. And with that, we complete the tours of today. And we hope that all our, aspiring students and parents who are watching us live now have got the fair idea how promising the hospitality, their hospitality career is going to be.
ये सब देखकर हमें यकीन है कि आप लोग सब काफी प्रेरित हो चुके होंगे। तो देर किस बात की, जल्दी से जुड़िए IIHM पुणे के साथ और बिताइए अपनी जिंदगी के सबसे बेहतरीन 3 साल।
And for any further information, please do visit us at IIHM Pune campus, which is open for inquiries.
You may also log in at iihm.ac.in and register for the upcoming ECHAT examination, because hospitality
wants you. So I, Chef Samira Desai,
and I, Simran Kaur Chhabra, sign off from IIHM Pune studio.
Tata, bye bye, Shab Bakhair, and take care of yourself. Jai Hind.